Well, Trotter, I'm always just kind of peeking into feeds to see what other people are thinking about. And I see somewhere in your feed, way down there, you have something about an overreaction to week one, which we all do. But where are you going with that? What are you overreacting to, or what are we overreacting to before week one, which starts on Thursday with Rams Bills?
Yeah. Michael, it's not so much what are we overreacting to now, but it's after week one, the reactions that people will have. And I always get a kick out of it, like, oh no, the season's over based on one game. And I go back to last year. Think about this. Tennessee Titans got dominated by the Arizona Cardinals in week one. Who wound up being the number one seed in the AFC? Tennessee Titans.
Titans.
The Green Bay Packers just got it handed to them week one down in Jacksonville, where they played the Saints last year. Who came out as the number one seed in the NFC? It was the Green Bay Packers, right? So
Right.
I say that to say, folks, I get it. We've been waiting on week one. Football is back. Again, we are Pavlov's dogs. We will be there for the kickoff. But let's not go overboard based on the results of week
Come
one.
on.
It is a long season, okay?
I guarantee you we will. I guarantee you.
Of course we
you
will.
will. You will
No,
too.
I won't. No, I won't.
You won't.
I can guarantee you. I won't. I
How,
don't.
how are you able to escape this cycle that we all football fans are pulled into it? We can't help it. We tell ourselves, don't do it. Doesn't matter. It's week one. We don't know anything until November, Thanksgiving. And then we'll see game one or game three. And it's all
It's
over.
because
How do you escape?
I've been covering this league for more than 2 decades. I've made that mistake enough early in my career to where I've learned. It is, as they like to say, and coaches like to use cliches, it is a marathon, not a sprint. So I don't start overreacting until we get past Thanksgiving. I hold back until then.
It is a marathon. Shout out Nipsey Hussle. Shout out. Just thank you for just like giving me that little alley-oop right there. But in this game on Thursday, Bills Rams, you know what really blows my mind? You want to talk about overreaction. This kind of goes into what you're talking about. It's happening now before the season, and I'm wondering if you think it's fueled by Bills fans, or is it the national media? I almost feel like, man, if Buffalo just gets to the AFC Championship game, wow, what a disappointment. Like, I heard so many people talk about, the Super Bowl, and they're Super Bowl favorites, and the Bills are going to win it, and going over all this history that has nothing to do with this team, has nothing to do with these players. Like, what the hell is it? Josh Allen? You got like Josh Allen and wide right? No. Like Sean McDermott and Marv Levy? No.
What it is, Michael, more than anything, and I think you would agree to this, whatever sport it may be, whether it's baseball, basketball, NFL, is that when you see a team that has been building, and when you see a team that goes through certain heartbreak over a short period of time, and yet they are building and building to get there, and they use those heartbreaks as sort of the foundation or a stepping stone to greater heights, I think that's what we see with the Buffalo Bills. Since Josh Allen has come in the last 3 years, they've gone to the playoffs every year, and we have seen them get better every year. And that's not to say they've gone as far in the playoffs, but we have seen them get better. That game they lost to Kansas City in the playoffs last year, that's what a lot of people are reflecting on, that if not for a coin toss, it could have been the Bills that had gone on to the AFC Championship game and then likely to a Super Bowl then. So as you know, I'm just saying, there is a feel with certain teams. So it's not about statistics and that sort of thing. And I get folks who get into that, the analytics people and all of that. For me, I look at, is a team building towards something? And the Buffalo Bills have been doing that. And that's why I say, I think that they're the favorite to win the Super Bowl, because not only have they been building, but they have that hunger. One of the concerns I have about the Rams, as I have with most defending Super Bowl champions, is that when you get into those moments of adversity where it's like, okay, you're going to look each other in the eye and say, we're not taking no for an answer, it becomes a little easier just a little bit easier to say, we got ours already, than it does if you have not accomplished what it is you set out to do. And so from that standpoint, I see the Bills, the roster's loaded. There's a hunger, there's talent, they've been building. That's why I lean towards them as the Super Bowl champ this year.
Now, I just got to quibble with one thing you said.
Yeah.
Let me say all the good stuff first. The Buffalo Bills are the class of the AFC East. They're going to win that division again. I think it's going to be the third straight year after the Patriots dominated it for a generation. Now the Bills will be three-time AFC East champions. Again, got it. Love Josh Allen. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in football. He's either 1 or 2 on the list for me. He really is that high. But when you talk about the coin flip, I just don't like that. I just don't like it. I don't like it because it kind of glosses over a pretty serious situation.
Right.
13 seconds. Not that they didn't stop him. They didn't stop him in 13 seconds. I mean, you had 13 seconds. Just make a couple just make a couple of plays. Just a couple of plays. Maybe one play. How about one play? Just one play. One play. Get that clock moving. Don't allow Kansas City to dictate the terms. Okay, we're going to run out of bounds here. We're going to run this little. No. Make a couple of plays. You don't have to worry about a coin flip. So I think that was their. And people, I got a history with Buffalo. You may not know it. I got a little history with Buffalo. So I was going back and forth with them last year because I happened to say, with a little hyperbole, I happened to say they weren't that good. But what I was trying to say, what I was trying to point out, and I find it very interesting that I read this in the Buffalo News. I didn't write it. I just read it in the Buffalo News. Their beat writers, okay? Their people wrote it. I just happened to consume it. Last year, the writer says, the Bills were 0-6 in one-score games. Last year, the writer says, the defense kind of collapsed down the stretch. I'm like, that's exactly what I was saying last year. But John, you're coming from my head because I'm not Benny the Butcher. I'm not from Western New York, so I can't talk about it. It's like family business. You know, you can talk about your own family, but I can't talk about your family. I don't know what it is. Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.